Okay, so I was tagged to do another set of 21 keto questions. I'm going to call this 21 Questions Part 2. So I was tagged by Theresa at Ketofatgurl NoMore. And if you haven't checked Theresa out, I really think you should. And I'll put her link in the description below. She gives almost daily vlogs of her weight loss journey, following keto, what she's eaten, and what's going on with her family. So just check her out. I just love Theresa. Alright, so let's get on with the questions. Alright, so the first question is, has keto helped you with your health conditions if you had any previously? So no, I have been a pretty healthy person my whole life except for the weight loss struggle that I've gone through. I feel like that losing weight has helped me with my sleep apnea. I did suffer from that for like, I don't know, probably since I was a teenager. But that's not really a keto thing. That's just losing weight in general that I feel like has helped me with that. But I would say that keto has helped me with the quality of my sleep. I fall asleep faster and I feel much more rested when I wake up. And I really think that has a lot to do with my diet. Okay, so the second one is, do you take supplements, and if so, what do you take? Well, I do take supplements because I believe that the quality of the food that we get is not good at all. And so we need to supplement with a few things. And mainly what you really need is a multivitamin. So I'm not hooked on this brand, it's just something that I have, and when it's done I'll probably look for something better. Something else that I take is magnesium. I take 2 of these a day and they're 400 milligrams each. And magnesium is one of the electrolytes that we need. So magnesium is very, very important for you to take. Also, I take sea kelp, which is a green superfood. So if you feel like you're not getting enough vegetables in, and it also supports a healthy thyroid function, kelp is something that's good for you. I also take a potassium supplement, and it has a little bit of kelp in it too. I don't really know if you need potassium. This is only 99 milligrams. It's not very much, and I just take it to supplement maybe what I'm not getting in my diet. So my diet is so varied, I just never know from day to day what I'm getting. So something else that I take is vitamin K2 along with vitamin D3. You have to take these two together to help them both absorb into your body. And K2 and D3, in my opinion, are very, very important supplements to take because, first of all, I feel like the sunshine that we get is not as pure as the sunshine that we got years and years ago. And I mean, with all this stuff going on in the world and as busy as we are anymore, people don't really spend as much time outside as they should. And that's where you get your vitamin D from. But most people, according to Dr. Berg, most people are lacking in vitamin D3. And a lot of these supplements that I take, with the exception of the electrolytes, came from the suggestion of some of the videos that I've watched with Dr. Berg. So another thing that I take is chromium picolinate. I don't know how you say that, but it helps your insulin and it supports a healthy glucose metabolism. So this is something that I take, and this is something that Dr. Berg suggested, so I've been taking that. And then the last thing I take is just some vitamin C. I don't take vitamin C all the time because I have it in my multivitamin, but as you know, I've been really sick the last month or so, and with a cold, and the vitamin C has really helped me a lot with that. So anyway, there you go. There's my supplements. Have you lost your hair doing keto? Well, I haven't really lost my hair any more than I do anyway. I have very, very thick, long hair, and I lose hair every day, all the time anyway, and I haven't really noticed losing anything extra. But I know it happens. I know people complain about that. Do you have loose skin? Well, yeah, I've had 2 babies, and I've gone up and down on my weight since I was a teenager, and I'm in my mid-50s now, and I've never really stuck with a low weight ever. In fact, right now at 157, I'm at my lowest weight ever. So I started out a few years back at 215, and I've slowly gone down, gone up and down until I found keto and last July, and I've really been really successful with this diet. But yeah, I've got loose skin on my arms, my belly, and everywhere else. I'm not worried about it. I mean, it's just a part of the weight loss journey. And I've read a lot about Jason Fung talking about autophagy and fasting, and I'm going to try that out a little bit later on this year. I'm not doing it right now. Right now I'm just doing intermittent fasting, which is different. And also dry brushing. I heard the dry brushing helps with loose skin as well too. And your skin cells, they replenish themselves every 2 years. So I'm not worried about loose skin. Do you drink or eat protein bars or shakes? No, I don't. I used to. When I was doing just a standard American diet, 1,200 calories, I did some protein shakes for sure, because I felt like that was a healthy thing to do and what I needed. But now I know what my macros are and what I need, and I would rather eat some extra ground beef or steak or extra chicken to get my protein in. What's your favorite keto sweetener? Well, right now I'm using a erythritol and stevia blend. I also have just straight up stevia that I use in my drinks as well. What's your favorite keto baked goods? Well, I don't really eat very many baked goods, hardly ever at all. I've never really been a sweet eater. I've always been a savory eater. And so, I mean, I like sweet things, and I like baked goods, but it's not something that I really go for or crave. If I was going to make something, I would probably make a keto cheesecake, because really, who doesn't like cheesecake, right? Did you have the keto flu? No, I didn't have the keto flu, because last year in January, my husband started keto, and I was researching it and reading about it and listening about it. And so from January until July, when I started keto myself at the end of July, I had quite a bit of research under my belt just to help him out, and I got interested in it too as well. So I found out how important electrolytes are. And if you're starting out with keto right now, get your electrolytes in, because that is the single most thing that's going to keep you from getting the keto flu. Have you had keto rash? No, I know people get it, but I haven't had it. Do you test your ketones? Yes, I test my ketones probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a week. I have a Keto Mojo, and I tested my ketones yesterday. They were 1.3. They've been as low as, well, not registering at all, to 0.5, as high as 2.5 is the highest ketone reading that I've seen on my body. But right now it's 1.3, and I really kind of like that. It's kind of a middle ground. What would you tell someone just starting out keto? Well, I would tell them a couple of things. The first thing I would tell them is to make sure you're getting your electrolytes in. The electrolytes are, first of all, sodium, and I get my sodium in mostly through Sole water. I take 2 tablespoons of Sole water and a cup of broth, and if If you don't like sole water, if you never tried it in broth, you really should try it that way, because for me that is the easiest way to get it down, because broth is already salty, so the sole water just makes it a little bit more salty. Then the second one is magnesium, and just like I showed you, I get the magnesium through pill form, and I also get it in my diet. And then the third one is potassium, and it's really easy to get potassium in through your diet, but you can also supplement with that as well a little bit. You can't get potassium higher than 99 milligrams, and I would really be careful about overloading on the potassium. If you have a good app like MyFitnessPal, it'll keep track of your electrolytes for you, so you know how much you're getting in your food, and that really is the best way to do it. So the second thing I would tell somebody is to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it super, super simple. I just did a video this last week of a meal plan with very minimal cooking on it. It's a week's menu plan with 3 meals a day, because when you start out with keto, you're probably going to want to have 3 meals a day, no snacking, because we want to get out of those bad habits. But right now I'm just eating once or twice a day because I'm doing intermittent fasting, and I have a 4-hour eating window, which is what I do. But when you start out, yeah, you're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is very, very simple. Bacon and eggs. Add some spinach in. Add some spring mix. Just different things like that. Lunch is very, very easy. You really don't need to cook for that. You can have some tuna with some mayonnaise and pickle relish, maybe a little bit of onion if you want to use those carbs up for that. Hollow out a cucumber. Put the tuna in the cucumber. It's really, really good. You know, roast beef with some provolone cheese and mayonnaise, wrapped up in some romaine or some butter lettuce. That's really good. And then for dinner, very, very simply, you can have like a chicken thigh with some asparagus on the side, baked asparagus or roasted. That's really good. And so yeah, I wouldn't really do too many recipes at first, because you can do so many things simply and quickly. And for me, recipes are really, really hard to track. So when you're first starting out, you really want to make sure that you've got your macros on point. So I would play around with the recipes a little bit later. So yeah, keep it simple. Are you strict or lazy keto? Well, as far as tracking my macros, I try to be strict, but a lot of times I get lazy. I just get tired of weighing and measuring, and I'm just being honest. I do. And I get tired of writing it all down and figuring out the numbers and all that kind of stuff. I mean, my streak on MyFitnessPal is like 10 days or something crazy like that. It's not very much because I'm very inconsistent with that. But I'm trying to get better because, yeah, I'm doing it 10 days now. Now, if you're talking about strict or lazy as far as ingredients go, I'm getting much stricter than I was before. I've read a lot about some of the additives that they put into foods, you know, maltodextrin, which is horrible for you. Carrageenan, I don't know, just all the different types of sugars that they put in. I'm really paying attention to my labels, and soy. I'm completely taking soy out of my diet, making my own mayonnaise. That's the only really mayonnaise is the only soy that I've had lately. But it's so easy to make your own, and I'm making mine with avocado oil, which is delicious. So I'm getting stricter about that. Do you eat organic foods? I do sometimes with some things, but not a lot, because organic foods can be very, very expensive. Now, some things like lettuce that you get at the grocery store, you can get that fairly inexpensive. But I get Kerrygold butter for my bulletproof coffees because I drink that a lot. But my heavy whipping cream is organic. So I guess mostly everything that I have is organic except for maybe the meats, because grass-fed everything is very expensive. How much weight have you lost and in what amount of time? Well, I've been on keto for 10 months now. I've lost 33 pounds. I have 17 pounds to go. Yeah, I just did the math in my head. I have 17 pounds to go, and it's going pretty slowly. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that I've struggled with staying on keto throughout this time. I've gone back and forth, off and on a few times. But right now, I'm on a roll, and I'm doing really, really good. And with the steeper state keto, it's really given me new focus as far as that goes. So we'll see how long it takes me to lose that 17 pounds. But so far, it's been 33. What's your favorite restaurants to go to? I don't go to restaurants very often. Around here, around town, I just pretty much stay home and eat the food that I bought. We don't have very many choices. I live in a small town, so we don't have very many choices as far as restaurants go anyway. When we go out of town and go shopping, it's an all-day trip. We're there from early in the morning till late in the afternoon. So I usually try to pick a restaurant. There's one called Benny's Diner that I like in Cortez, Colorado. And they have a pretty good selection of different types of burgers with toppings and stuff. And so I'll get a bunless burger with a salad on the side. That's my favorite thing to have when I go out. So what do you order when you go out? That's what I order when I go out. I mostly get a bunless burger with a salad on the side because I feel like it's the safest thing to have. Now if I was going to a nice restaurant or something, I would probably have a steak with just a vegetable and a salad. Do you eat fast food? Sometimes I do when we go out of town, and we'll go to Taco Bell and I'll get their Fiesta Bowl with no rice, no beans, extra lettuce and guacamole and sour cream. If I have to go to Burger King or Wendy's or something like that, then I'll just do what I do at Benny's Diner, and I'll just get a bunless burger with a salad on the side. It's the safest thing to eat outside of your home. Do you drink sodas? Okay, so that's been my weakness this entire time. And I've gone off it and I've gone on it. Diet Pepsi has always been my weakness. But I have been doing the No Artificial Sweetener Challenge with Keto Meets Menopause, Alma. And we're 10 days into it now. Yes, 10 days. The first day I did really, really well. The second and the third day I had a Diet Pepsi. And days 4 through 10, I decided that was it, no more. I've made a commitment, I'm going to stick with it. And so I went to the store and I bought some of these LaCroix drinks. This one is berry flavored, and this one is lime. And I also like the coconut, but I didn't get that this time. And so this is what I drink when I feel like having something fizzy. And I put stevia in it, and it tastes just fine. It tastes like a clear soda. I've also been drinking more iced tea with stevia in it too, and that's kind of helped me. Besides water, of course, I drink water. I try to get 64 ounces of water in a day, but right now it's summer, and we're drinking a lot more water than we used, or more liquids than we used to. Do you measure? Yes, yes I do. I measure, because you know what? Taking pictures and measuring are the most important ways for you to see the weight loss that you have. Because just as you know, the numbers on the scale, they don't really reflect how you're looking and how you're feeling. And when you see those inches going down and your sizes going down, and you can see it in the pictures, it gives you a better body image of your body than what you see in the mirror and what you see on that scale. Yes, I take measurements. Other than YouTube, which other social medias do you have? Well, I link those in my description under every video. I have an Instagram account that I don't check nearly enough, and I'm trying to be better about posting on that. And also I have Facebook, and I joined every Facebook group that I can think of that's keto. And if you have a channel, I'm probably on your Facebook group. I don't really have time to check it all the time, but I do it as much as I can. So Keto Keeping It Simple. That's where you can find me on Instagram. I'll link it below. And then it's just my personal account with my name, and on Facebook, and that's in the description as well. So if you'd like to be my friend, and if you play Candy Crush, be friends with me so we can give each other lives, because that's my secret obsession. And then the last one is, do you have a supportive doctor? Well, I do. I have a very good doctor. I haven't talked to him about keto because I don't hardly ever go see him, and so we don't talk about those things. But I feel like that if he saw the weight that I've lost and how well I'm feeling, that he would totally be supportive of me. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. And so, okay, so that's it. That's all that I have for you today. So until next time, keep calm and keto on.